Hey now, ladies and gentlemen. Hey now, hey now. Hey now, 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 durka, durka, hey now. Welcome to hour number 4 of the line on this JB birthday edition. That's right.
Yeah, I way.
This is the only one you're going to get all year long.
Only one a year.
Well, I take that back. You get one tomorrow because we're doing a
yeah.
co-birthday celebration tomorrow. So we're making it all week because we wanted it to land on Friday, but it didn't land on Friday.
Darn it.
Dadgummit. Dadgummit. But that's all right. That's okay. That's all right. Talking a lot about Islam today. And there is a video of a guy by the name of Raymond Ibrahim. And Raymond Ibrahim is an American author. He's kind of I guess you could call him a historian, and he's also a translator. And he's got some lengthy career. I won't bore you with all of that. But he was doing kind of a seminar type thing with a group of people, and he was talking about the infiltration of Islam in Western countries. And I've played this for you before. For those of you that have been listening to the show a while or listen regularly, you've heard this. But I'll play this every time this topic comes up if I have to, because it is so spot on that there's nothing else that explains this entire situation like Raymond does in this clip. And so this is about 4 minutes long or so. It's a little lengthy for radio world. But I want you to sit back. I want you to listen to this. Listen carefully as he explains not only the history, but what is to come and how much today looks like history. History, as you know, repeats itself.
You're not doomed yet, but in all of world history, there has never been a civilization that has so opened its doors to another civilization that is openly hostile to it. So this is unprecedented, what's happening. Your ancestors of Europe, and I describe it in my books because I write about history, fought tooth and nail to prevent Islam from entering and conquering Europe. Because that was one of the grand plans that went on for century after century. From the east, the Turks were trying to enter Constantinople. They surrounded Vienna in 1683. And before that, the Muslims, I told you, went up into Tours in France in 732, 1,000 years later. This was an actual goal. And now Western Europe is saying, oh, none of that matters. It was a misunderstanding. Come on in. But they haven't changed. That mentality, and when I say they, that's obviously, I'm simplifying. The mentality that I've described is part of Islam. It's an Islamic concept. So the Islamic State, you're told, oh yeah, they have nothing to do with Islam. They've twisted it. No, they haven't. They are a representation of what Islam, the caliphs, the sultanates, the emirates, that's how they operated. The heads of Islam, the grand imams and the muftis said the same exact thing. Okay, so that is what it is. Again, it's not my point to arguing, oh, well, this particular migrant wants to conquer you. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's looking for a good life. I understand that, and that's what makes it complicated. But to just open your borders completely to that demographic, which has within it, not all of it, but within it, that kernel of animosity for Christians and so-called infidels and the imperative to conquer the world in the name of jihad for Allah, which they're the good guys, keep in mind. They never see themselves as the bad guys. This is one of the issues with all conflicts. They're not bad guys. They're good guys in their mind. You're the bad guys because you're infidels, and they're trying to bring the light of Islam to you. So that's another aspect of how moral, or the morality that they feel. They're the good guys, okay, in doing this. Because look at you, Denmark and Europe, you're all dissipated drunks and, profligates, and, there's no real... I'm sharing with you their arguments because I read it and I hear it. So they're bringing to you goodness, okay? But before, your ancestors, because I guess they had their own social order and their own goodness, and it was called Christianity, were able to fight it. But I guess in this current void of sort of this atheistic climate, anything goes, and who's to say they're wrong? Maybe they're right, etc., etc. And now you have what's happening. So it's a very unprecedented experience. A lot of people talk about the Roman Empire, this sort of thing happened, but it didn't, and we can get into that. It was actually, they were still cognizant of trying to maintain their own social, cultural mores, Rome. And it fell to the Goths and the Germanic peoples. And I'm just saying, some people use this analogy, but in this case, this is completely your doing. Not you, but it's Europe's doing. Okay, you're bringing a hostile force that's openly hostile, and lo and behold, when I look where Muslims are, I see chaos and violence and criminality and rape and grooming in England. Okay, that's what always happened under Islam. Okay, so is there a hope? I think so. I hope so in time, but it's so bad that it even had to get to this point. You know, it's such an abnegation and betrayal of your own heritage, of these men and women who fought and died to preserve your way of life against an open, hostile force, and now they're being welcomed in, and why not? It's okay. So I guess so. It's a matter of time.
So where's the hope? Excuse me. So where's the hope? You said there is
the hope is to wake up, wake up and see what reality and what I'm talking about, and understand the history and the doctrine of Islam and what Islam is all about. Islam is unequivocally hostile.
That's exactly right. It is unequivocally hostile. It has been from the beginning, and it will continue to be hostile. He says, listen, but some of them, some Muslim believers, some Muslims, people that follow Islam, maybe they come to other countries and they are looking for a better life. I do believe that's true. And maybe that number's big. And it's what makes the situation complicated. But what's not complicated is the violence that comes with that religion as a whole. Speak to anybody who's lived under it. Speak to anybody who's lived under Sharia law. The oppression that takes place, the silencing of political dissent, the murders. You would think the left, as much as they like to protest and freak out and say all kinds of stuff on the internet, you think they'd be against stuff like that. You think they've proven they're not against censorship by the government. But everything that they believe in, this, Islam, goes against that as well. It goes against everything. All your pronouns, all your different genders, your women's rights, your women's health care, your abortion on demand. It doesn't mesh. It doesn't mix. And at the end of the day, what's made this country great is not, and I'm just being real with you, is not a diversity of religion. Christianity is what made this country great. Being founded on Christian values, it's what elevated this country to where it has gotten to over 250 years. Charlie Kirk made that point not long ago. I mean, it's probably a year before he died. He made so many great points throughout his time being a public figure, such a smart individual, and still such a loss for us and those of us that fight back against this stuff, that fight back against the left. Such a loss. But Charlie made a great point when he talks about the infiltration of Islam and where this country has stood and where it's got to continue to stand.
The spiritual battle is coming to the West, and the enemies are wokeism or Marxism combining with Islamism to go after what we call the American way of life. And the American way of life is very simple. I want to be able to get married, buy a home, have kids, allow them to ride their bike till the sun goes down, send them to a good school, have a low-crime neighborhood, not to have my kid be taught the lesbian, gay, transgender garbage in their school, while also not having them have to hear the Muslim call to prayer 5 times a day. That's important. We want the American way of life, which is, by the way, Christendom. Christians, our sacrifice, our toil, our vision, the outgrowth of the scriptures gave us Western civilization.
He's always been ahead of his time,
Yes. I mean, such wisdom
but
at his age.
hitting the nail on the head. This is all very real. And this is bigger than just Abdul El Said. He's just a symptom of it. He is something of a warning shot for America that this could kick the door wide open. Islam could kick the door wide open at any time. And the reason for it is because you unlocked the door and opened it just a little bit. Just a little bit. And make no mistake, that's exactly what they want to do. They want to kick the door in and, as you heard Raymond say, bring their goodness, their version of goodness to you. And if you don't accept said goodness, you're eliminated. The Quran teaches that. You are not to be living amongst others. That's how this works. Man, I didn't mean to get so deep on your birthday, man. My bad.
No, that's all right, man. People need to hear the truth.
My bad, dude. My bad. 205-545-9950. Let's keep it rolling. On the other side, you'll hang tight. All right, let's go to the phones. 205-545-9950. First, Chuck Davis. Bringing you this part of the show, ChuckDavisLaw.com, ChuckDavisLaw.com. My buddy Chuck Davis, my personal attorney that I'm passing over to you, man. I'm giving you my attorney to use. If you've got any attorney needs, reach out to him. You know, he specializes in certain things, divorce, custody, personal injury, probate, contracts, real estate, wills, different things like that. It's not all of them, but that's a handful of them. But you can call him about anything. He's got a network of the best lawyers out there that he can at least point you in the right direction if it's outside his wheelhouse. I always tell you that because I don't want you to think that you can't call him for X, Y, and Z. Give him a ring. Make sure you tell him I sent you and get some of that stuff you got going on squared away. You need somebody that's going to fight for you. Chuck is a fighter. 205-823-9992. It's 205-823-9992. Online, ChuckDavisLaw.com. No representation is made that the legal services provided are superior to the legal services provided by other lawyers. Alan's in Nectar. Alan, what's up?
Hey, brother. Happy birthday, John.
Thank you, brother.
I'm right behind you next month. You know, when Trump talks about that poem about the snake, you know, it's not just a joke. He's telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And what I see in the future is if we don't tighten up, if we save America, I don't know if we will or not, but at some point we'll have to fight Europe. And it'll probably be us, Russia, and China versus all of Europe because they're going to take over Europe. And they've already got nuclear weapons, so.
Yeah. They
I
sure
don't know
look
what's
like
gonna
that's what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to. I say within 10 years, they're going to go after that palace over in England.
Yeah.
So,
Mm.
good luck to y'all, brother. Happy birthday, Bo.
Thank you, man. There's Alan. It is a travesty what's happening in Europe. I mean, absolutely disgusting. And then what we recently saw with Spain,
What in the world, man? This world is crazy.
man, the people, and you got to understand, Islam's all over the world. This is not just a patch of people in the Middle East. We're talking a lot of people. A lot of people. If you look up how many Muslims are in the world, that number is around 2 billion. 2 billion. And it stretches from one side of the globe to the other. And while not all of them are looking to conquer countries or implement Sharia law, there's enough out of 2 billion to, in fact, take over countries and implement Sharia law. And this kind of really goes back, if we want to talk about it, with how dangerous that is. It ties in perfectly with Iran and what we were dealing with these individuals. You can't say that Islam is a cancerous thing, a cancerous religion that would not work with American culture, but also say that, you know, we should have left Iran alone. If they get a nuclear weapon, it's fine. Everything's been fine thus far. No, these people are crazy. They are the perfect example of all the dangers of Islam put into one little box. They are your prime example of the dangers of Islam. You've watched them murder their own people. You've watched them murder others around the globe. You've seen them push their proxies. You saw what happened on October 7th. Whether we believe that that was allowed to happen within the state of Israel or not, it was still committed by those people. It was still committed by Islamic extremist terrorists from Hamas that did unthinkable things to other human beings. We think about if like one person here in this country does something like that. Like they go and they rape or they murder or whatever. How awful that is. Now think about a culture where that's pervasive, where it's normal within that society for those things to happen. That many people are on board with. Be like, yeah, hey, well, we get a pass. Muhammad said we got a pass. I mean, these are the infidel. We can kill them and rape them and do unspeakable things, even to their dead bodies. That's sick, man. That's sick. And so I don't know what it's going to take to sound the alarms for some people. I mean, I'm not really having to sound the alarms for most of you guys. Y'all understand. But the alarms need to be set off for everyone in this country before it's too late. Mandu bringing you this part of the show, Mandu.com, MANDUU.com. I did not have a workout partner at Mandu yesterday, and that had my trainer putting all her concentration on me
No.
and just wore me out for that 15 minutes, man. I ain't had a workout that hot and heavy for a while, and it was, man, I'm sore today. It's a wonder I couldn't sleep last night because my body was so tired from just that 15-minute workout. And that's what it is, man. 15 minutes at Mandu is the equivalent to 4 or 5 hours in a traditional gym because you have to wait on equipment, you have to do your reps, you have to do all that. You don't have to do that at Mandu. You walk in Mandu, you dress out, put the suit on, bada boom, bada bing, 15-minute workout. You're out of there in under 30 minutes. Fits perfectly in your schedule. And here's the best part. If you're an educator or you work your faculty at school or you're a college student, 15% off if you sign up for as long as you do Mandu. That goes through September. So take advantage of that if that's you. If not, go try Mandu. Or for everybody, go try Mandu. Everybody gets a free session. Go to the website. Remember, Homewood, Huntsville, Tuscaloosa, 3 convenient locations. All the information online on the website, mandu.com. That's MANDUU.com. And make sure when you talk to them, you tell them I sent ya. Hour number 4 coming up.